Ever since I started this YouTube channel and entered the world of social media, I've had a dream, and that dream has been to find a way to make an income online, being creative and doing the work that I love. Over the years, I've made some money here and there through YouTube AdSense and Patreon, but 2022 was the first year that I actually started working with brands. It wasn't life-changing money or anything, but for me, it was proof of concept. I've always had this mindset that if you can make $1 doing something, then you can make 10. And if you can make $10, you can make 100. If you can make 100, you can make 1,000. And if you can make $1,000 doing something, then you can turn it into a full-time income eventually. I still have a lot of work to do before I can reach that point, but I'm feeling optimistic. So if you want to know how much money I earned with content creation in 2022, just keep watching. And by the way, this is my first time filming with a new camera, so I'm sorry if anything looks or sounds weird. I'm still figuring it out, but hopefully everything is good. So my journey of monetizing my content creation skills started on Fiverr, and I've actually been on Fiverr for a few years now. I've been doing some like thumbnail design, some copywriting, some community management for like YouTubers and other social media people. But at the start of 2022, I wanted to try charging for more creative work. So in January, I decided to make my first gig listing for product photography. And I was lucky enough that I actually got orders for that offer within the first month. Quick note, if you want to start freelancing on Fiverr, number one is that the platform takes 20% of everything you earn. So if you charge $100 for something, you'll only get paid out $80, and then you also have to take into consideration any like currency exchange fees. And number two is that on Fiverr, it will be very difficult in the beginning because you have no reviews and no reputation. You're probably really low in the algorithm, so it does kind of take a while to get a few customers, get a few good reviews, and start like seeing those orders rolling in. But if you do a good job, if you build up a good reputation, then you will eventually start getting hired more consistently. Okay, so I'm gonna pull my phone out because I have noted down here all of the money that I earned in 2022 with content creation. So let's get into this. Starting off in January, as I mentioned, that was when I first created my gig listing for product photography, and my first customer was on January 16th. And I got an order for product photos for some scented candles by like a small scented candles brand here in Germany. So that gig paid me $47.52, and I think I provided like 6 photos. And also in January, that same brand hired me to make kind of like a social media content strategy / plan for them. So that's not exactly content creation work, but I kind of lumped it in together because it's still related. So for that, I got paid $71.28. So for January, my grand total was $118.80. In February, I got hired by someone who was doing e-commerce, and they were selling like little clutches and handbags. So I took some photos of a few handbags for $95.04. Then the candle company kind of hired me on like a subscription basis. So like every week I would send them a couple of photos and videos, and I would get paid out like once a week, like the order would refresh every week or so. So again, for the candle brand, I got $47.52. Another $47.52 the week after that. And the first client, the e-commerce client selling bags, came back to me and asked me to take some more photos, also for clutches and bags, as well as for like some home decor stuff like coasters and like just little decor things. And that was actually for a lot of products. I shot photos for 18 different products, and I got paid $399.16. I'm pretty sure February was one of my highest earning months for 2022, and I made $589.24. In March, again, $47.52 from my scented candles client, $48 also from the scented candles client, and $66.52 for photos of 3 like wall art things for that same e-commerce client. This came out to $162.04 in March. In these first couple months, you really see the importance of repeat customers. Do a good job for a brand that is up and coming and has a lot of products and needs a lot of photos, and you're gonna keep getting hired on a consistent basis, and that is really great. Like if you can get repeat customers on Fiverr or just when freelancing in general, that is chef's kiss. Like that is the dream, that is the epitome of success, because the longer that you keep a client, the longer that you work with a client, the longer that you will have like a guaranteed source of income. But of course it's also difficult because especially when working with smaller brands, there's always a possibility that they just like, you know, their business fails, or they decide they don't want to do it anymore, or they can't spend any more money on marketing and photography. So, you know, it can be a little bit of a risky business as well, especially when you're starting out and working with a lot of small businesses. Oof, this is painful to see. So I made money through January, February, and March, and then there's just a gap. I made no more money from content creation until August. I think I got the orders in July, but I got like paid in August for those gigs. So towards the end of June, beginning of July was when I heard about UGC, which is user generated content, which I've made a video about, and I'll link it over here or there. So I think it was like the last day of June or the first day of July, something like that. I posted a gig on Fiverr for UGC videos, and that helped to turn things around and like start providing me some money again. Actually, I think I did two separate gigs. I had one gig that was for user generated content, and one gig that was offering my services as a model. And of course I charged more for, you know, modeling than for product photography, and also more for UGC than for modeling. So it was kind of like a, I don't know, tiered system. But okay, so in August, remember, March was the last month we got paid for content creation specifically. I was having like other sources of income coming in from other things, but I didn't make any more money with content creation until August. So in August, we made $80 for a UGC video of like a bodysuit, which I definitely should have charged more for. I try to charge more for nowadays, like now that I've figured out my pricing more, I charge more for anything that requires like bodysuit, swimsuit, underwear, that kind of thing, just because, you know, I don't know, I feel like the more skin I have to show for the job, the more I charge, just because it's a little bit more, I don't know, it's a way to respect myself and to respect my body and its worth. Then I got hired by a small business that was making their own brand of gin, and they paid me $160 for some product photos. I made another $160 working with a small brand that was doing jewelry with pet portraits engraved onto it, like laser engraving. Very, very cute. I got a necklace with my dog and a keychain with Ellie, who's in my lap right now. I don't want to disturb her. Just for a second, I just want to show the people. She's been napping on my lap this whole time. You smell like popcorn. Kisses for mama. Mwah. So this is Ellie, she's my boyfriend's dog. And lastly, I made $96 for a video promoting a mental health app, and they also wanted rush delivery. So my like standard delivery time is 7 days, and then if you want your video within 3 days or less, then I charge an extra fee for the rush delivery. So that was pretty nice. So that made me $496 in August. Moving on to September, I got hired to do a video for an app again. Honestly, I still don't fully understand the concept of the app, but I think it was kind of like a clothing reselling sort of app. And this customer unfortunately would not budge on budget. They did not have a very high budget, and I'm still kind of in that place where I want to charge more. I know that I should charge more. I know that my my work is worth more, but I at the same time need the money. So like if I want to work with someone and they are not being flexible at all on their budget, sometimes I kind of just take the L and accept a lower payment. So for this video, I got paid $40. Then I had a pet products brand reach out to me and I did some videos for them for $120. And lastly, this one was very exciting. This is another one of those that just didn't pay me as much as I would have liked. They paid me $50.16 and the product was a like water flosser thing for your teeth. But the very cool thing about this one is it was my first email inbound. So up until this point, all of these gigs came through Fiverr, but this was the first one that found me on Twitter or TikTok or somewhere and tracked me down and sent me an email wanting to work with me. So that was really, really exciting. Like once you, like if you get to a point where brands are landing in your email inbox, that is like so exciting. So September, I made $210.16 in total. Moving on to October, the same client that I did the pet products video for came back and also wanted some photos with the dogs and their products. So for that, I charged $80. I did a video for an app that was like an app that helps you book appointments and like manages your calendar kind of, and that was $80. I did another video for the bodysuit brand, which also paid me $80. I had another client in October, which again, they reached out to me through my social media. Very exciting. Again, anything that like comes not through Fiverr but through external sources is very exciting because it means that my social media presence is helping me get clients. So this was someone who again like found me on Twitter or Instagram. They sent me a message on Instagram and they wanted me to do a video for their jewelry products. And they again also had like a lower budget, so I only got paid $40 for that, but still it was nice. And then in October I had two customers which were not through Fiverr and not through inbounds to my email or social media, but they were through an external like UGC agency website where basically brands join the platform, then they put out calls for creators and you as a creator can apply and then they choose who they want to work with out of that roster. So from this external like UGC agency platform, I had one UGC video for an app which I got paid 62 euros for, and one video for a very well-known wearable blanket brand, which they wanted it to be with a child. So they wanted it to be like a kind of like gifting the product to a child kind of thing, and like just capturing the authentic reaction of the kid like opening the wearable blanket. So I have a little sister and I was able to use her for this video, and because this video required two people, so it paid double the other one. So both these videos came through the UGC agency platform. One of them paid 62 euros and the other paid 124 euros. I'm gonna round out the amount to dollars because the currency exchange difference is not that high between euros and dollars. I don't know how I calculated this number exactly, but in October I made $466. Moving on to November. In November I did a video for a microfiber filter for the washing machine, like to catch all the like little microplastics so that it doesn't wash into the ocean. And that paid me $160. I got another collaboration for the wearable blanket brand through this external agency. This one was just for me alone. So that paid 58 euros. And lastly, in November, I got the first half of my payment for a collaboration with a intimate skincare brand. This one was another very, very exciting collaboration because this was the first outbound offer that I sent and that was actually accepted. So, you know, I send emails to brands as well, kind of pitching my services as a UGC creator. And in November 2022 was the first time that I actually got a brand that replied to me and said, yes, we want to work with you. And it actually like happened. So I got the first part of my payment for working with this brand, and that was 70 euros and 91 cents. So in November, I made $288.91. And then in December, I got the second part of that payment for the intimate skincare brand. I got 86 euros and 77 cents. And I got a second additional payment for my work with the wearable blanket brand because they wanted some revisions and like additional content and content versions. So for that, I got 57 euros, which brings the December total to $143.77. Or actually, I guess that was probably all in euros, 143.77 euros, but we'll just pretend it's dollars for like ease of math. I feel like I've been talking forever. This was so much. Okay, so drum roll, please. My grand total, I'm disturbing Ellie. My grand total content creation earnings for 2022 was $2,474.92. So, you know, close to $2,500. Like I said, this is not life-changing money, but it does average out to a little over $200 a month, which is a very solid side hustle amount. I mean, if you're a college student or, you know, you're working just a normal 9-to-5 job and you can make an extra $200 a month doing work that is fun for you, like, go get that coin. Like that is awesome. It's a number that I want to see that number increase by like a lot, but also I am just so happy and so grateful with the progress that I was able to make in 2022. Again, like for me, I really see this as like proof of concept that if I can make that amount of money, if I can make $200 in a month, I can make $2,000 in a month. And if I can make $2,000 in a month, like the sky's the limit, right? Like who knows? Oof. I've been cross-legged with Ellie in my lap for like half an hour not moving and my hips are hurting me. But so yeah, if you are on this journey of wanting to monetize your content creation skills, I would definitely say that UGC is a really, really great place to start, especially if you have like a lower following. But also if you have a lot of followers, but you don't want to be flooding your feed with sponsored posts, UGC is a way in which you can still work with brands, you can still get paid really good money, and you know, like the sky's the limit really, because when you're doing sponsored posts as an influencer, you know, let's say you work with a skincare brand, they might have a clause that you have to sign that says you're not allowed to work with any other skincare brands for the next 3 months or 6 months, right? So you're kind of limited in that sense. But with UGC, there's no rules because like it's not going on your own profile. You can basically work with as many brands as you want to and as many brands as want to work with you. But I think the biggest thing that I learned in 2022 from this experience was to, oh my God, overcome your imposter syndrome and just put yourself out there, because you will not believe how nervous I was to make a gig offering product photography. I was like, oh my God, I'm not a real photographer. What if my work sucks? What if the brands hate it? What if I can't deliver on my promises? To this date, I have not had a single like unhappy customer. There was just like a high-pitched noise somewhere. I don't know if it was a car honk or what, but it really like it spooked Ellie too. And same with UGC. I was wondering, is this real? Can I really do this? Is it really as easy to become successful as people claim? And like, again, no, I'm not like a fucking UGC millionaire overnight, but I'm making good money and I'm enjoying my work. Like, that's awesome. I had my doubts about whether or not I would produce good work and whether or not brands would enjoy working with me. And I was very pleasantly surprised, and I did well. And it has given me a huge confidence boost and has made me really hopeful and really optimistic for the future. If you have a skill that you've been afraid to monetize because you're scared that you might not be good enough, or you're scared that people might not like your work, or whatever the case may be, my number one piece of advice to you is go for it. What's the worst that can happen? Just try. There's nothing that can be lost from trying. Unless you have to like sink a crap ton of money into it. Like, again, be smart with your money. Don't break any laws. But beyond that, like, don't let imposter syndrome hold you back. Try things. Be outgoing. Give yourself a chance to succeed, because if you don't try it, you'll never know. All right, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope that it was informative, uplifting, inspiring, educational, and all those other good things. Ellie has gotten a very good nap out of it. Clearly talking about content creation earnings is very boring for her because she has just been snoozing on my lap the whole time. And now she's like ready to fight. She's like, okay, I'm recharged, mommy. I'm ready to be the boss of you. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any more questions about my content creation journey, content creation tips, how to get into UGC, anything of the sort, leave them in the comments down below. I am always open for video requests and questions from my audience. They are really, really helpful because they help me know what kind of videos to make next. If you're an existing viewer of mine, let me know what you thought of this camera quality. Do you like it? Do you not? How is the sound? All of those good things. What is Ellie doing? I think one of her toys is buried there. Ellie, we can all see your butt. She's so sweet. That's Daddy's hand cream. Nothing interesting for you. Come on, baby. Oh, she wants to go. All right. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.